I should add me to the stage. It's Monday night, which means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. Now, before I keep going, I have a quick question that I want to fire off. Let me know in the comments, and I'll scan those just real quick, if you guys can hear me, because what just happened is usually what happens with the timer. I put that out there, and I can hear it on this side, and I didn't hear it. So I want to make sure that all's good there. I'm wondering if maybe something's going on with just some speakers on my monitor. So let's check that. And then we're going to be talking. Let's see. We can hear you. Awesome. Thank you, John. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right. So I saw the chat. Game on. So tonight, obviously, with the news that Lenny is no longer going to be handling G.I. Joe Classified, I want us to figure out what we think is going to happen with the line now. There's a lot of things. I mean, if you read the description of tonight's live stream, you never really see G.I. Joe and Hasbro's quarterly earnings reports, meaning they're not really helping carry the company. Now Lenny's leaving. There could be a couple reasons for that. I would assume, and this is complete assumption, I have nothing to go by. I haven't heard if he actually said why he's leaving, but the assumption might be that he doesn't want to go to Boston. So I don't know. And if any of you, there's another thing that I thought of maybe is beyond not wanting to go to Boston, maybe Classified after the next year and a half of figures that they've worked on, maybe it's going to phase out, which would suck. But yeah, anyway, let's chat about all that. But first, I want to give you some fun updates about things going on. First off, I get to visit Ann Arbor tomorrow and see some old friends, which I'm crazy stoked about. I get to get this mop taken off on the top of my head. Also crazy stoked about that. But the most fun part is somebody that used to work with me years ago. I got a hold of her and I said, hey, do you want to work together again? And I don't know yet. I don't know what the answer is going to be, but she sent me a few things unprompted, making me think, ooh, she might be in. And here's the dynamic that is going on if she ends up coming in to do this whole thing with me again. If any of you have seen Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, his podcast that he has going on, she is very much Sona, except I don't know how to say this, except a little darker, maybe a little, I don't want to say meaner, but that's the first word that popped into my mind. And she's not at all mean. So I'm trying to figure out where that balance is. And I'm not quite as insane as Conan, but pretty close. So she helps me level out when we're trying to figure this stuff out and everything. She kind of fires off at me, hey, Dave, that's a terrible idea. And I'll think about it a little more and think, oh, yeah, you're right. So I would really be stoked if she were able to come back and help out. And if she can, this thing should start launching pretty easily. Two heads are always better than one. And I can't help but feel overworked, not for live streams, but I'm here a lot. So I'm kind of stoked about all that. But with all that said, we're going to talk some G.I. Joe. We're going to talk about what else you guys have seen that maybe caught your interest and go from there, because we all know these live streams tend to get a little nuts. So let's kick it off with ye old chat. We have Sci-Fi George. Sci-Fi, your name is in green. That, when I looked that up, it sounded like a channel membership thing, but I don't remember setting them up. But if that's what's up, thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's something else that the person I got a hold of working with me would do. I'd sit here and say, I don't remember doing this. She would hold up a notepad and say, Dave, you did this on this date. This is why you did it. This is what you told me to say to you to remind you, blah, 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 that kind of thing. She is the order to my chaos when it comes to the business. So here's hoping. We'll see what goes on. Anyway, Sci-Fi, greetings and toytations, everyone. Is this the end? Cue in the Adele song. CinemaCon happened last week, and Disney showed off a trailer for Avengers Doomsday. People saw the Avengers and new Avengers fighting against the X-Men during an incursion. Gambit versus Shang-Chi, and Mystique versus Yelena White Widow. Thor arrives and tells of a much more dangerous threat, and everyone needs to unite. Don't worry, the coughing is way better than it was on Thursday. Doom arrives speaking with his European accent. Thor throws Stormbreaker at him, and and he stops it with 2 fingers and easily handles Thor. Thor says they need a miracle, and then Mjolnir flies out of his hand and into Steve Rogers' hands, sporting his nomad look from Infinity War, and it ends. Also, last week, a fan made an AI intro to how Avengers Doomsday should start off. It begins with all of the Kang variants in the Coliseum from the end of Quantum Mania. Doom enters, and they all try to rush him. He just keeps walking as they're all enveloped by green mist and turned to dust. Ooh. It's posted up on all the usual platforms. Looks just as good as the movies. James Gunn has started filming on Man of Tomorrow, while Supergirl appears to be a mess. 8 different screenings with different outcomes. Oof. What's up, Anton? Those thugs from the Kingpin were at it again, and they wanted to take away all the Flint action figures out of stores and replace them with Duke, but don't worry. I took care of it and made sure that, as for you, Sci-Fi George, I know you, and I went on a time travel adventure. You don't remember any of this, but don't worry, we had to defeat the Cybermen. We're going to synchronize all the G.I. Joe force, but we took care of it. Anton, always appreciated, sir. Thank you, especially for making sure that all the Flints didn't disappear. Sci-fi, things aren't looking up for the Maiden of Might, not to mention this is loosely based off of a Tom King story, and aside from his early Court of Owls work, his writing has been legally notarized as fish wrap. Ooh! King is currently in a lawsuit by said fish, stating respect for the dead and animal cruelty. But I digress. Likewise, along with Supergirl, the Mandalorian and Grogu have been receiving lackluster energy for their upcoming film. Before Avengers Doomsday comes out, Avengers Endgame will be re-released with new footage leading directly into Doomsday. Personally, I'll wait that weekend for someone to throw the extra scenes on YouTube. Last time they added new scenes to Endgame, it was a half-done CGI Smart Hulk scene of him rescuing people in a house fire, so they could get over $2 billion box office to beat James Cameron's Titanic record. Bobby Bala showed color pics of parts of his new medic, which will be debuting along with the rest of Wave 6 at DFW. Bobby also had a few choice things to say about Lenny, how he took 10 steps back by going to Boss Fight Studio from Hasbro, and how him leaving can't be related to Hasbro moving to Boston because Boss Fight is in a city basically 10 minutes from Boston. Another Joe team member, Corey, who looks like Dr. Mindbender's son and was their sculptor, is now working at Boss Fight Studio. Bobby said that Corey is an excellent. What's up, Outback? Good day, everyone. Hope we've all had a good weekend and hope you're doing better now too, Dave. I'm great, Outback. Thank you, sir. Sculptor needs to find better work. The toy company saga is more fun than a daytime soap opera. Hey, boy. Lenny was the guy into the more fantastical stuff from G.I. Joe, more so than the straight military aspect. So it remains to be seen what direction they'll go in. More focused on the military part, the sci-fi, or a fair mix. According to Bobby, we won't really notice until about a year. Hola, John. Till about a year and a half from now. That's when whatever's left from Lenny's tenure will be gone and done. Spaded, what's up, sir? Woo! Still stoked about that. The new regime will start to kick in. Yeah, I'm curious. Star, what's up, sir? Good to see you tonight. All good on this end, Dave? Sweet. Thanks for letting me know, guys. John, remember, correlation does not equal causality. Fair. Sci-fi. Well, that's the bi-weekly rundown for today. Now, back to you, Dave. The esteemed chat doesn't need to move to Boston because we are everywhere. That's fair. Sci-fi. Well, that's the bi-weekly rundown for today. Now, back to you, Dave. The esteemed chat. We don't need to... Wait, what? Did we click that twice? No, it got hit twice. Okay. Anyway, yep, channel membership, not Patreon. Sci-fi, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. I legit don't remember setting it up, but I do appreciate it, sir. Miss Cogsmith, what's going on? Good to see you tonight. John, while I like Bobby Vala's dislike for Lenny is well enough known that I have heard about it. I take anything he says about Lenny / Hasbro with a grain of salt. Yeah, I don't really worry about any of that stuff. I just look at what each is doing and decide what I like. Star, what do you guys think of those new Marvel Legends rivals? I've never really had any interest in Marvel Legends until now. That Punisher rocks. Punisher and Venom are must-haves. I gave up comics years ago or ages ago. Star, I really like that Punisher. He doesn't fit with my stuff at all, but I like what they did with him. And of course, you know you're going to like it, or I know I'm going to like it because there's the ball peg waist. But yeah, I'm really liking that. The only disappointment I had when they showed the rivals is I'm going, wow, man, these are all brand new sculpts. Maybe now they're going to start throwing in the ball peg waist since Punisher was the first one they showed off. And then they didn't. That kind of bummed me out. But the Punisher, I think, looks phenomenal. Paul, what's up, sir? Good to see you tonight. Hello, Hot Rod. Good to see you too, man. Paul Morello's hello, Star. What's up, buddy? It's a good night, boys. I'm Miss Cogsmith, and we're just having fun here. Thank you very much, Paul. Keeping everybody involved. You too, Star. Whee! It's a good day. John Star, hola, I'm considering the rivals figures on their own merits, like I do all superhero figures. Nice. Woohoo! Miss Cogsmith, hello. Oh yeah, man. See, I'm telling you guys, this is the best chat. This is why I say discuss with the best chatters on the internet. Everybody's here, welcoming, just being cool with everybody. I loves it. John Outrod, doing okay. Escaped a big car repair bill by my car just starting for the mechanic every single time. Oh, that's the worst, because then they don't believe you. And that's happened to me too. Not that exact situation, but when everything suddenly starts working because the mechanic's looking at it and you know you're going to have to take it back eventually. Hot Rod, that sucks. I've been there recently. Yep. Whew. Oh, yeah. It's a good night. All the usual suspects, plus some. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. So, let's get chatting here. What are we thinking? I mean, where is Boss Fight Studio? Let's look at that real quick. Boss Fight Studio located. Let's see, 1050, blah, 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 Norwood, Massachusetts. So let's look up. I'm just going to do something real quick. I'm going to look up Norwood, Massachusetts to Boston. And that's about half an hour, at least on here. Now, of course, none of us know where anybody lives. I'm thinking maybe the commute's kind of a pain in the butt, right? But now let's go Pawtucket, Rhode Island to Boston is 48 minutes drive. And now let's say Pawtucket to Norwood. That is a 30-minute drive. So there you go. I mean, as far as what the drive times are concerned, if that's something that's actually playing into it, that's what we're looking at there. Like I say, I don't know. Obviously, it's a lot further than 10. At least the cities are a lot further than 10 minutes apart. So we shall see. John, only towing and a small bill for them to look at it. And it's been working for me as well, so I'll take it. Okay, that's good at least. That's all right, John. Hopefully it stays that way. Meant I could get that set of Sun Wukong's Monkey Army, which I love and may actually beat out a Mezco figure for my number one. Nice. You got to love that. When the car repair bill, you think it's going to be like $1,000 and it ends up being just the fee for towing. And you're like, ooh, now it has the extra money. Hey Dave, do you think you'll have more Under the Lights videos coming up soon? Those are always good fun. Outback, I hope so, man. I Things have gotten so crazy around here. There's some stuff going on with just life that I've had to cut back a little bit. You guys might notice that even my shots that I've been taking are a little less inspired, I suppose, for the prompt pics. They're up there, but I gotta take care of some stuff, get some stuff taken care of. Has to do with family. I mean, I'm good and all that stuff, and it's got to do with family. It's not like anybody's angry at each other. It's nothing like that. So there's things I got to work on in the background, and then when that happens and we get all that figured out, then I should be able to get back on a regular schedule. And getting that person to come back and hopefully help me out is going to free me up to do a lot more of that stuff too. Hey Star, what's up everyone? Ooh, hey there. Out. Nice. Thanks, guys. This sounds like a winning formula. Oh yeah. Yes, I love the Under the Lights videos. Yeah, they're good times, Miss Cogsmith. I've actually been kind of not binging, but that's been because I've watched enough of them. They're showing up in my YouTube feed a lot more suggested videos. Star, I'm thinking that G.I. Joe Classified will be canceled and then come back even stronger than before in new hands, all long before Jada gets Edge Runner's Wave 2 out of the factory. I don't know. I mean, the joke has been GTA 6. Now it might be just anything Jada, I suppose. I don't know. But I don't know. When it comes to G.I. Joe, on one hand, there's the move. Yeah, I don't know. And like I say, we don't know how close Lenny is to Pawtucket versus how close he is to the other stuff as far as living is concerned. I know that I was living in Jackson way back when I worked in Ann Arbor. And even though it's only like a 45-minute commute, it got to the point where I hated it so much. So if you have to drive that far every day to get to work, and I know many of you do, oh, it would, after a while, if you had the opportunity to not have to do that and still be able to find work somewhere else that pays just as well, that's what I would want to do, you know? John Starr, and before Wave 2 of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, there's that too. Thanks, Paul. Let's see, I hope all is safe and thriving in the family, Dave. We'll see, Miss Cogsmith. Hopefully, I'll let you guys know at some point, I'm sure. Star John, ouch, can I get a little more salt in the open wound, Spence? We'll get GTA 6 before Jada anything. Ouch. And there's more of that salt. Wow. I likes it. I likes it mucho. Miss Cogsmith, let's all pile on. Oh, poor Star. Poor Star. Don't worry, Star. They're going to have to start releasing some figures soon. I mean, we're going to have to get those pre-orders up or people are going to riot. Well played, all. So, yeah, I mean, anything we can come up with right now is just subjective and basically uninformed. But one thing that I am curious about is if Classified goes much past the stuff that Lenny already has out there. Only because, again, there's no media push for G.I. Joe, and you never hear about them in those quarterly reports. They're not necessarily moving the needle, you know? And obviously, they're not going to sit there and say negative things. They're not going to say something in their quarterly reports like, yeah, we're not doing so hot with this line, because eventually investors are like, well, just stop making that line then, or replace it with another line. So yeah, they wouldn't say anything like that. So right now we're just here to try and put the pieces together and figure out what could possibly happen. And frankly, a lot of people really just wanted upscaled versions of their 80s figures, and they've done that for a lot of the cast. And right now they're getting more into the weird stuff that a lot of the diehards seem to have dipped out for. So I don't know. I mean, is it that it's going to be allowed to run its course after it gets out just new larger versions of all the old figures? Or is it they're going to be in the middle of something and possibly get the rug pulled out from under them? I have no idea. Let's see, Miss Cogsmith. Hey, to be fair, we will get GTA 6 before any serious Bucky O'Hare figures series completion. Yeah, that's probably true. I can't argue that. John, considering how frequently G.I. Joe Classified sells out on Pulse, I doubt it's going anywhere. Miss Cogsmith Star, truthfully, GTA 6 or 5 and 6 figs would be really awesome. I wish we could get those. That'd be rough. That'd be, I don't know. I mean, that would be funny. That would just be one of those hilarious lines, I think. And John, I wish I knew. I know that you guys, that they can check out the data or whatever on the page, and they can see how many are left. Are there a lot of classified figures that get put up on Pulse? Because they're not really, I mean, as far as just quantity of an individual figure, I'm not sure. Because oftentimes they're not getting a lot out to Target and Walmart and all that. So I'm just curious. I'd like to know. I want to think that the line is incredibly healthy, and maybe it is. And I just don't know. Maybe it's making plenty of money for what they want it to do. I have no idea, but I have to think without any kind of media push and with a lot of people our age kind of deciding, you know, hey, I don't need to do this forever. I've seen more and more videos of people deciding, yeah, I can sell my collection. I'm good now than I have in the past. And so when we're really the ones supporting G.I. Joe, I just don't know. I don't know. I wish I did. Again, just like all this stuff, I wish I had the numbers. Star, Miss Cogsmith, truthfully, GTA 5 and 6, oh, good Lord. Did it do it again, or did I just, oh, that was my fault. John, plus Hasbro owns the license, and they're likely much more profitable than other lines. That is true. That is very true. Brick, hey, no. Let's see. Robert Downey Jr. is Doom. Wait, he's Doom. Oh, wait. What's up, Brick? Star, it's been commonly accepted that G.I. Joe Classified is Hasbro's strongest line, both in quality and popularity. Hard to believe that it would be in trouble. It is, but it is from, I don't know, quality and popularity. We're talking about figure collectors now, though. We're not talking about the general population. So that's where it always gets tricky. Is, I mean, to me, I'm 1,000%, I completely agree with you, Star. But I don't know that they're building momentum. I don't know that they're bringing in new people. And I'm wondering, you know, once the OG 13 get finished, are people going to dip out? Or, you know, when all their characters are done, do they leave? I'm not sure. I have to think that it is, and I'm not saying the line, I'm saying collectors are probably winding down a little bit with the stuff that they want in their collections. Star Brick, what up, brother? John, so anything that's not just a general release sells out on Pulse and often on the Target/Walmart websites. Okay, that's a good sign. Kyrus, hello, Toypixx. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kyrus. Good to see you tonight, sir. Let's see, Brick. I was answering the question in your title. Dad joke, bad joke. Sorry about that, Brick. I probably should have caught that. Clearly, my brain is not there. Outback, I got in late to the party on Classified, so I'm hoping they can reissue or release some new versions of some of the classic characters. Like I mentioned Zartan recently. Man, I hope they do. I hope they do for the people that did get in late, because genuinely, G.I. Joe Classified is, bar none, Hasbro's best line, I think. But that's based on number of accessories. That's based on having the ball peg waist. That's based on great articulation. I mean, they are great figures. My one complaint has had to do with lack of extra hands, but that's it. And that seems to be more a me thing than anyone else. So who knows, man? It's kind of crazy. Star, what does Hasbro do that's for a general audience? I can't think of anything. Would something that general even have an audience? I mean, Marvel is pretty general audience, but Hasbro started kind of during the pandemic. they weren't making great figures. They were just pumping stuff out to get on the shelves. And I am convinced because those figures were so subpar that people stopped buying them at Target and Walmart. And that's when Target and Walmart decided to carry far less, is because of Hasbro making subpar figures. I could be completely off base, but that seems to be about the time that it all started happening. Transformers have been around for a long time, and they've had media constantly supporting them. I would say Transformers and Marvel, probably. And Star Wars still, I have to think, brings them a fair amount of money. So those three are pretty general audience when it comes to Hasbro, I think. I could be wrong, but they're at least a lot more general audience than G.I. Joe. Star Kyrus, especially with Avengers Doomsday coming out on the Marvel side. John, look at Nemesis Immortal, Snake Armor, Vamp Pythona, USA Duke, etc. There is that. I knew about Immortal. The Vamp. The Vamp still angers me that I can't get a Vamp. But, I mean, you're absolutely right about that, John. And I wonder, are people really army building things like Snake Armor? I mean, they gotta be, right? But I'm curious about, so obviously an exclusive like Nemesis Immortal, like the Snake Armor, like Pythona. And I think that's pretty much, well, I guess the Walmart Duke is an exclusive as well. Obviously, those will be made in smaller quantities, but the Vamp is irritating. Let's see, all sold out quickly and are gonna be hot in the secondary market. That's why they got to redo them, man. Just get them out there again, reissue for the guys like Outback. Thanks, Paul. Brick. I saw that carded Flynn at Target the other day and did a double take. That painting of him is so bad. Is AI or just bad? You know what? I don't know what AI Hasbro would be using. Like, I don't know the kind. I don't know if they have a more advanced version than what's available to the public. I gotta be honest. I think it's just bad. And I could be way wrong, but I just think it was, and it could be that somebody did try and prompt Flint out of AI and didn't do the necessary corrections. But I don't know. I've used it plenty, and it would be very difficult, at least with the AI tools I have, to make something even resembling Flint. Like, you could sit there and try and describe them as well as you could, and it might come close, but I'm not sure I could get it as close with the look that they gave Flint, you know? Like, I don't know that I could get the bandoliers there. I don't know that I could get the pants. So my gut is it's just bad. It's just bad, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they don't. I would feel very bad for that artist if they were watching this right now. Let's see. It's really, really bad. It is. It is. John, you're right on subpar figures. That second Snake Eyes with the guns with holes in them, half the Cobra Island stuff was not great, though half was pretty good. Yeah, I love the Cobra Island officer, not the officer, the regular Cobra Trooper, and the Viper. I think those two are better than the retro versions, except the retro version of the Viper has extra hands. Kyrus, thank you, sir. Keeping the people involved, Brick. Right, John, man, embarrassingly, and reflects poorly on the line. Yeah. John, Crystal Ball and all the crew sells out the Viper and Night Creeper. Yeah, those things are sweet. And I do wonder a little bit, I always wonder about quantity. How many did they make? Are they selling out because they didn't make as many? That's the thing. Now, if they're still making tons of them and they're selling out, man, that is good for the line. That's quality health there. I just don't know. Star Dave, would you, as well as other G.I. Joe fans in the audience, be open to Hasbro creating a G.I. Joe Rivals type line? G.I. Joe characters amped up to the degree that Marvel Legends Rivals are now. You know what I want to see? I don't think so, Star, only because for me, I want them to stay a little more grounded, a little more human and all that stuff. Now, again, I love the design of that Punisher, but the G.I. Joe, I don't know. I want them to be a little more grounded. What I would like to see is, if you've never seen it, look up the G.I. Joe Pursuit of Cobra line. I would love to see them start taking Joe more in that direction. But again, not just upscaled versions of them, but something a little more gritty with some more futuristic tech. I think that would be cool. And that's why I wonder if the Duke that Lenny talked about that's coming out is going to have a little more of that Pursuit of Cobra look to it. Hot Rod, I wouldn't worry too much, Outback. They're going to reissue everything old on retro card backs. That's true. That's true. I still need a Cobra Commander, Baroness, and Destro. Love the villain characters. Man, they gotta do a new Baroness using the body from the Rattler, or using at least the arms. They're gonna do a new Baroness. Cobra Commander. Do you have is the retro Cobra Commander still down there, Outback? Like, we can still, or at least I still see him at Target from time to time. So is he down there? Or have you not been able to look? I'm not sure. Destro has been far too long. They've got the Despoiler coming out, but that's a pricey thing going out there. John, Outback, Retro Cobra Commander is great. Baroness is difficult to get. For Destro, look at the Mezco one. It's often on sale for half price or less. That's true. I didn't even think of that. Good call, John. Thank you. Anton, the last of the Time Lords, is here. Anton, good to see you tonight, sir. John, RE selling out. I'm sure they're limiting quantities. Gotta hit that FOMO. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. And then things you kind of have to test. So, okay, here's the limited quantities. And then do they get re-released? Maybe that's what we should be looking out for. Star, the face on Flint in that photo on screen just isn't making it for me. I always pictured Flint as being a bit rougher with a more chiseled face, world-weary look. He looks too soft there. I agree, Star, actually. And I've been on eBay looking to find a Starduster head because somebody in the chat said the Starduster head works great for him, and I looked at it. It looks like it's perfect. So I got to find a G.I. Joe Classified Starduster head, and that'll go on Flint instead of this face because they also said it's so perfect. It matches skin tone and everything. The beret fits. So that's going to be the fix. And I've got the Commander Gridiron. Whenever he gets released, he'll be shipping this way so I can give Flint his shotgun shells as well. Let's see, Anton, they have recently released a whole line of new Doctor Who action figures from Character Options. If we could take a look at that, that would be awesome. We will check that out, Anton. Just remind me if I don't get to it. Anton, I'm glad to see you are better days. I guess that presented regenerative energy helped you. Yeah, it did. I was massively appreciated for that, Anton. I am feeling 1,000 times better. And truly, I was feeling okay on Thursday. Sorry, I had to take the Drogas. But yeah, I was feeling okay on Thursday. I just couldn't get rid of that cough. Outback, I love the character of Punisher, but not keen on the over-exaggerated proportions of the Rivals design. Yeah, I think what it is for me is sometimes it's cool to see a new take, but at the same time, like I said with that, he just doesn't fit my stuff. So I kind of want to get the Mofex Punisher. We'll see. Paul, thank you, sir. Much appreciated, Star. Is it just me, or does it seem like Hasbro and Takara Tomy is revamping their properties? Takara Tomy to Overgear Transformers, Hasbro, Marvel Legends Rivals, Hasbro, G.I. Joe? You know what? I don't know. I mean, Takara Tomy is definitely taking a lot of crazy steps right now. Hasbro, I think for Hasbro, it's just what's the new hot thing? Like, what's the popular thing that we can capitalize on right now? I think a lot of people were asking for Marvel Rivals Legends figures, and they're like, okay, let's hop on this train as soon as we can. So, all right, let's go back here. Where was Anton's suggestion? All right, character options. If we could take a look at that. Doctor Who action figures, character options. Hang on, Anton. I'm working on it right now. Let's see. Oh, the Doctor Who store. Oh my. All right, hang on. We're gonna connect to this right now. Any other Whovians out there? All right, Anton, is this what you're looking for? This kind of deal? Let me go down. Where was I? Whoo. Okay, we're still there. We win. So here's some Doctor Who-ness. I don't know. I don't know. I keep saying that, but there's a lot going on, so I got to figure things out about what I can actually take time on. Born Again, I can watch. I still need to catch up on the recent episode of Shadow Lord of Maul. Okay, they have a lot of Daleks. It's Dalek, right? I know that I've asked this like 800 times. I'm looking. What's this set? These are action figures. Hang on. Ah, egad. Oh, looks like they were signed. See, this is the Shooty Gatwa and Millie Gibson set. This is what you were after, right, Star? I don't want to just be, hanging out. Or, sorry, Anton. Star, perhaps Hasbro should do Street Fighter. Everyone else is. I mean, it's not like anyone's doing Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Maybe Hasbro should do Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I don't know. Brick, yeah, Hasbro was a little late to the game with their rival stuff, but I'm glad they caught up. That thing was hot last year. Yeah, that's what's always tricky is you want to jump on the rivals bandwagon when it's hot, but I don't know. Is it me or has communication between all these properties just totally been lost? Like when we were kids, there would be like a cartoon would premiere one day, and right around that time is when you started finding the figure that was in that cartoon on shelves. Like it feels like the timing is all wrong on so many of these releases. I get it with the movies because everybody wants to avoid spoilers, but at the same time, I don't get it. But with video games and with comic book characters and with all this other stuff, you're like, man, when this shows up, it should be on the shelves. It feels like the marketing isn't timed as well as it used to be. Or the marketing to the product to the shelves, marketing wise, is not quite there. Hot Rod, you can throw turtles in there for evergreens as well. Yeah, turtles are they're going to be made by everybody. I'm hoping that what Hatter heard about Joy Toy was wrong and that Joy Toy ends up continuing to go. Because even if I don't collect that scale, their design work is incredible. I love seeing them. And that's why I see that and I'm going, man, if somebody would just upscale that or with Mondo downscale their turtles, that would be fun. Anton, there's a whole new release of action figures, including a giant wasp creature, the new Doctor with a bunch of new characters. I don't know if it's in the Doctor Who stores. This looks on the new action. We'll have to see. I'll look a little more. Maybe there's something else, another site I can find. Brick, but I'm all for versions of classic Marvel characters that appeal to a new audience. That's what's needed to help ensure the longevity of this stuff and this hobby. Yeah, I do think you gotta start going for the kids again. I mean, I love this stuff. I will shoot it forever, but they're gonna need to make an adjustment if they want their industry to last. And again, I think that goes to the marketing aspect of it and making sure the timing is right. Character shows up on TV, characters on the shelves. Character shows up in video games, characters on the shelves, Kyrus, Toypixx, Invincible was epic this week. Great show. I gotta catch up on a lot of Invincible. I know I've seen at least the first 2 episodes of the first season. I think maybe I saw the 3rd episode, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I've got a lot of catching up to go with Invincible. Anton, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. This look under the new action figures. Okay, got it, Anton. Let's see what we got here. New action figures. Comic book. La da 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 da. Trading cards, autographs, toys, and collectibles. Show me action figures. Don't. I hit action figures and it gave me the same thing. All right, hold on. We're going to get out of here, Anton. I'll see if I can find something on a different site. Doctor Who, collect and build character toys. Ah, I bet I found it. What do you think? Did I find it this time, Anton? Whoops, there's a coupon. Hang on, let me get rid of that coupon code. There we go. John, I just saw that Hasbro's doing Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. I feel like I have to get him to go with the Robin Racer. That's both hilarious and just mean. I love it. Do it, John. Oh man, I wonder how ticked they're gonna be when they see all those Robbie Reyes images with a Robin Racer. They're gonna be like, oh, that could have been us. Outback, if anyone likes horror or supernatural stuff, I recommend the show From. The 4th season just started and it's pretty good so far. What's it on, Outback? Like, I assume it's a streaming service? Star, I'm surprised that AWOC hasn't blown up more than it has. If there's ever been a line custom made for an 80s sensibility, AWOC is it. Awesome line. Yeah, I gotta get cracking. Break, not just the timing, the landscape is just so different. So there's less interest in proper synergy because sales are down. Yep, that makes sense too compared to the past. And there's no concentration of fandom like before. Isn't that the worst part? I've heard people talk a lot about the monoculture, and we have lost something. I vacillate between these two thoughts, right? We've lost something because we don't have those technically, I guess, water cooler moments anymore because everybody's watching something different. On the other hand, you feel like when everybody's watching the same thing, are they trying to bend us a certain way? It's not a conspiracy thing necessarily. It's just you always get nervous when everybody's doing the same thing. At least I do. But yeah, let's see. And there's, no concentration of fandom. Yep. Let's see, we're trying, AWOC. We're trying. It'll get there. It'll get there. Hot Rod, the only horror show I watch is Nightly News. That's fair. John, on Turtles, I was upset how quickly the Usagi Yojimbo one sold out. Damn it, NECA. I want to like you, but you keep messing up. They are up for pre-order on BBTS, John. So, I mean, and even though you'll get them later, they're probably cheaper, at least from what I understand from shopping directly from NECA. Sci-Fi, Hasbro is Hasbro's worst enemy, from the botched Snake Eyes film to selling off their movie studio to confused raised prices to going more digital, licensing out their IP to other toy companies, etc. I do wonder about the current strategy. I mean, on one hand, it seems to make sense to want to go a little more digital because you want to go where the customer is. And clearly the kids are on digital, right? But at the same time, it seems like people are coming into a point where they don't want to be on digital so much. I think at least a few things I've read recently. I don't know. It seems like we're going to be more... I don't even want to prognosticate here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Big word time. I'm feeling smart. I'm not. I lucked out with the prognostication there. But it seems like the decision to go into video games, to go kind of hard into that, even if they're just mobile games, it feels like that's kind of bad timing, like Marvel Rivals possibly is as well, you know? Like now you're looking at it and going, we should kind of come back and do a little more toys and see what happens. But I mean, again, that's me trying to predict the landscape, and I can't do it. I am glad I'm not in Chris Cox or any other CEO's shoes. Anton, go to character options. Was character, okay, hold on. Is it characteroptions.com? Let's try. Okay, here we go. Character options. Okay, I think we're finally there. Maybe. Because, oh, the who went away. I better click on this now. Yeah, I think this is where we were, isn't it? I could be wrong. Collect each set, build the Yeti. Oh, you can get a Yeti out of this. I think we're there, Anton. Star, true, nothing more terrifying. Anton, everybody listen to my podcast. I just did one on Hamlet, and the other one is on the original Battlestar Galactica movie. Which version of Hamlet, Anton? Yes, you found it. Woohoo! Okay, I guess I was there already. John, Star, we're still waiting on the AWOC Kickstarter to deliver. That's the issue. Can't get that excited with no new figs out there. Anton, okay, for all you know, let's see, Whovian events out or Whovians out there. The center creature is called the Yeti. That is Zuti Gadwell with two other creatures. Shooty Gatwa? Or who's Zuti? And that could be the name of a character too, Anton. I just don't know my Doctor Who. Help me out. One of them is Mr. Dingaling, and the other is just a little musical creature, the two Cybermen from Nightmare and Silver. Nightmare and Silver, away! Sorry. Anton, the wasp creature is called the Wyndham. It also comes with a grub. It doesn't come with any extra tentacles. Sorry, Dave. See, it's out. It's out. If the wasp creature doesn't come with extra tentacles, I'm sorry, that's just lazy. Full of crap, obviously. Anton, the other companion is Lisha, maybe, a longtime companion of the Doctor, and the other creature is a guy who was turned into a thing called a primer. Egad, man, I use that when I paint stuff. Primor, okay, maybe, Primor? Hot Rod, Mr. Dingling, I think that was my nickname in high school. Oh, dear. Dang it. Stop it, cough. Anton, and of course, the great Tom Baker with his longer scarf. Is he, hold on. Tom Baker. Is that this one? Is that the fourth Doctor? The one right in the center here? Why doesn't it let me, hold on. Oh, okay, there's the Yeti. Maybe it'll let me see bigger pictures. No, it doesn't let me see bigger pictures. Darn you, character thingies. Lame sauce. Let's see, I just Googled it. Looks like From streams on MGM Plus in the US. Got it, Outback. Who owns MGM now? Isn't that's Amazon, right, guys? I'm wondering if Amazon, we can get it on there too. Star, given the state of the world economy, I'm hesitant to automatically assume that low sales are due to fading interest, more like fading expendable funds. It could be that too, but even if it's fading expendable funds, if they're not making enough money, they'll stop it. Anton, the center creature is called a Yeti. Buy all the sets and you can build him. The build a Yeti. Brick, John's right. For a small set, I know our sales and penetration. The vast majority of toy collectors barely know AWOC exists. So to them, everything is new figures, but it's hard to reach them. Yeah. How do you get... It's the worst part is you want to get something like AWOC out there to general audiences, but at the same time, just so there's knowledge out there, you know? But at the same time, how big... Like for me as a kid, one of the big things that sold me was story on this stuff, and story via the comics, the cartoons, all that. Does AWOC has some story element, like I know that I've read story from AWOC. Is it on the character, like the cards, or is there some comics for AWOC? I don't know, but I'm sure you do, Brick. Star John, yeah, no argument there. Absence doesn't always make the heart grow fonder. Yeah, sometimes it just grows more bitter. Anton, I can't wait to watch Daredevil on Wednesday, but I have to wait because I got to go to the supermarket first. That is That is terrible, Anton. Anton, I've got the idea. Just don't eat that day. Just don't eat. You're good. Just skip dinner. You're good. John, it also hurts because those of us who did back them aren't going to talk them up when we're waiting on figures 2 years later. Yeah, I could see that. And then you start to wonder, okay, is it gonna be? It's kind of like streaming shows a little bit, right? If it takes 2 or 3 years for a second season to come out, it's already lost a ton of momentum. So I have to think the same thing's going to happen with a line, and that's something that's going to bite Jada too. It's not just the more indie lines out there. So yeah, it's one of the reasons that I'm like, come on, man, keep the hype machine going, especially if they're slow, if product is kind of trickling out instead of really coming out to the stores all the time. That's where Hasbro has a lot of these companies beat, and Mattel. Miss Cogsmith, more Build-A-Figure lines I love and kind of don't love it. Yeah, it is a brilliant idea, but then you kind of feel like, yeah, but now you guys are hosing us. John, literally, I lowered my Kickstarter bid to afford the Ramen Racer. I've had that for 2 years now almost, and still no AWOC. Ouch. Star, AWOC is still one of the best made lines I've ever owned. I think fans will catch on eventually. I think once the lore reaches a wider audience, things will change. Hope so. Agree, Miss Cogsmith. Yeah, nobody loves Build-A-Figures. John Star, only if they start getting stuff out. If it's that much delay, it's going to fail like a ton of other really cool stuff that took so long or too long. Outback, I keep seeing this abbreviation AWOC. What does that actually stand for? Outback, I'm sure Brick's probably answered it, but it's Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. It's a toy line from Spiro Toys. Spero. Brick, yeah, it's been 2 years since the AWOC Kickstarter ended. Us and several other Kickstarters of similar scale are looking at 2+ year turnarounds. Just got my Meta Travelers, and that was well over 2 years. Ugh. AWOC, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I figured you had it, Brick. Anton, the new movie that's about Shakespeare's wife. It's called Hamnet. I don't think I even remember hearing about that. Outback, yes, of course. Thanks. Star, John, I don't want to agree with you on that, but I think you're right, if I'm being honest. Yeah. AWOC does have a comic. Sweet. Okay, maybe I need to start checking that stuff out. I'm going to show my noob status. What is AWOC? Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, Miss Cogsmith. See? Let's just keep answering that. Let's just keep saying Animal Warriors of the Kingdom tonight. See if maybe people that perhaps haven't heard of it are hearing us bring it up. Maybe they'll jump in and check it out. Digital, if I recall correctly. Okay. Oh, man, that makes it tougher to find, too. John, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. There we go. Star, AWOC is just such a beautifully made line. I really want them to succeed. Rick, I don't disagree with John, but also I have the painted factory samples right in front of me. When they arrive this summer, I suspect people might be excited. I hope so, man. I hope so. Yes, we have the first story arc out, and it was done as a monthly comic distributed by Ooh, yeah. Now it's digital, but we'll do trade paperbacks. First 3 issues, next arc are done and ready. Awesome. Okay, that's better. Hopefully paperbacks or trades are easier for people to consume. I mean, digital's easier. I guess either way, you got to look for it because it hasn't exactly met with general audiences, John, I think Jada's going to have just enough out in time for the movies, which looks like it's going to hit the right spot. For the movie, you mean? For, Street Fighter? Who has seen the Street Fighter 2 movie and the trailer, sorry, obviously we haven't seen the movie, but what do you think of it? I actually saw the most recent one, and I think it looks kind of fun. Brick assesses distribution, cause Diamond, yeah. Once you said Diamond Distro, I was like, ooh, yep, that's going to leave a mark. Anton, thank you all day for looking at those figures. The black fella is Shooty Gatwa, right? He is the current doctor right now, but the regenerated just recently. I love when figures come with extra figures, but unfortunately that means more on the price, especially these guys. Yeah, and you got to buy them all, even if you don't like them. All right. See, you got it, Miss Cogsmith. Drug mules, best way to get plastic crack to the toy collectors. Ooh, those mules wouldn't make it, man. For the amount we collect, they'd weigh way more. People would wonder what they were smuggling anyway. The mules would get cut. Stars, there's something I'm missing. Never mind. Why am I going with that? Clint Eastwood is the last drug mule movie I saw. Sorry. Anyway, Star, is there something I'm missing? Why are all these figs from such a wide range of producers being delayed so long? Jada, Spiro, Joy Toy, 30. What's going on? I would assume, Star, and I could be way off base here, and Brick knows more about the production of all these things than I do. My assumption would be the bigger guns get first dibs at the factories. So Hasbro, Mattel, all those places, they kind of get to be in line first. But I could be wrong, so we'll see. John Brick, I'm starting to catch on that perhaps you work in the industry. I'm old and slow sometimes. Brick, short answer, making toys is a tricky business. Yeah, John, I'm a part of the Spiro team. I help with marketing and some design stuff. But I'm sober and objective about the challenges we're having. Yeah, I wish all these, like, there's so much. The indie lines truly, objectively, are better than most of what's coming out from the big companies, right? I wish there was a way to just, I don't know, the whole general market, just hit the general audience with some kind of crazy, I don't know. It's like you got to do a massive YouTube campaign to get people's attention these days. And I don't know how you do that to people that aren't already looking for it. It'd almost be like everybody that does any kind of toy video ever has a bumper about Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. But I'd have to think long and hard to try and figure out how to solve that problem. John, cool. And for the record, I dig the figs I have. Thane is legit one of my favorites. Thane. Kyrus Toypixx just got Mafex Tim Drake Robin. It's not so bad. Next to Mafex Nightwing, he's smaller, which is correct. Correct. I'm glad I got him. I'm glad you got him too, Kyrus. I think he looks really cool. I would like to grab both Nightwing and Jubilation. And Frank and I think Iceman are supposed to come out soon too. It's all the comic figures. The Mafex comic figures make me happy. And I am stoked that you got that, Tim. And I bet he looks great next to Nightwing. Brick, me too. You're totally right to name the troubles of pacing, etc. Star, and I can't forget about Haya Toys. Seems they've forgotten about us. What's the story, Haya? Where's my Godzillas? Man. John, looking forward to collections for the series. I think I got a download code for one issue at Maryland Toy Expo a couple years ago. Nice. Brick, I'm first a fan and getting itchy too. Man, yeah, it gets tough. I mean, Stars talked about Jada. We're hearing about AWOC. It just, man, I do not envy the people that are actually making this product right now. Just because people do get impatient, and more power to them. I don't think it's wrong to be impatient. I mean, people hold on to money for a long time to get things produced. So then you start thinking, man, what could I have done with that money? And yeah, if people just kept a steady cadence, but I know a smaller company can't do that. They have to rely on the Kickstarter model right now. Because they haven't done they haven't done the grassroots with Mythic Legions or Action Force, and even Legions from time to time. I mean, they just did the Kickstarter for the RPG and basically a Kickstarter for Baethier last year. Miss Cogsmith, global situations, to be honest. That could be, I mean, is it, I don't want to get into any kind of the politics so much, but I would assume, I guess it would make sense that there's going to be some problems with oil, which is what goes on, which is how plastics are made, you know? Hot Rod, Maryland Toy Expo is underrated for toy shows. Man, I got to get out more. Brick, it's a combination of what Miss Cogsmith said and what Dave said. The cost of things has fluctuated so much in the last year, and things grinded to a halt for a bit. Things gummed up, schedules off. Oh, thank you, Kyrus. Brick, suppliers gone. Ugh. John Hot Rod, agree. I've been twice and it's been great. Hope to make the next one, but it's a bit of a drive now. Yeah, I could see that being that's going to take some time. Brick, anyway, we're back on track and it'll happen. Awesome. Mr. Madsen, only half my Crimson Moon figures hit my pile of loot. I've got to wait to ship by my heroic signature. Let's see. Conan Battle of the Black Stone figure came in today. Can't wait to get home. Heroic signatures, Conan Battle of the Black Stone figure. I think I got it. There, Mr. Madsen. I might have to look him up. John, oh yeah, your communication is solid. I don't ever get the feeling that the Kickstarter won't deliver. Sci-Fi AWOC, Amorous Women of Kansas. Oh, Kansas. Sorry, I'm going to click. That is where Flint's from. I mean, he's the man after all. Hot Rod, I'm in on that Kickstarter, Sci-Fi. Star Brick, do you think that this petroleum situation coming out of the Middle East is affecting China to the point that it's showing or slowing figure production? It could be. I mean, that makes sense. Hiya Toys is forgetting about the 112 Judge death, so really want that fig. Hiya Toys seems to be forgetting about a lot of things, Kyrus. Thank you, Star. John, oh, and we gotta talk about Ace and Knight Rider. Yeah, I haven't even gotten a good look at that yet. Star, it's affecting everything, industrial production in general. John, I'm expecting Kit, including Michael Knight, is a I was expecting Kit, including Michael Knight, is a pleasant surprise. But just the latest addition to a series of disruptions. Turns out instability isn't good for business. Yeah, I didn't know that part. Star Kyrus, they've been putting us on the back burner for over a year now. Hiya, stop dropping pre-orders and get product out to us already. That would be good. That would be good for Hiya to do. Let's see, Brick, that Ramen X Factory Entertainment kit looks incredible. How about I gotta go look now? Yeah, I'm totally in on that. Luckily, I have time to save. All right, John, it's gonna look good. Star, less than a year until the Godzilla -1 sequel, and still no Hiya Godzilla -1 fig. Yeah, I agree. I think they dropped the ball on not releasing that. John, Dave, I put pictures in your Discord. Ah, the Discord. I can't even get to that from this computer. I don't have the link on here. Hang on. All right. I know what I can do, though. Oh, boy. Hang on. Let's just go. I assume it's on. And don't worry, I'll make sure to come back and put you guys on the screen here, or so you can see it. I assume Ramen's got it on their Instagram, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. And it's pinned. Ooh, okay, here we go. Close that out. Hey, everybody. Now, share ye old screen. Boom, shakalaka. We have Knight Rider. We have Kit and Michael. Guys, who doesn't need a figure of the Hoff? We're going to need Hoff. Oh my, I don't remember. Like, I remember watching Knight Rider. I don't remember all the things Kit could do, except it's Mr. Feeney's voice in the car. Oh, wow. Okay, Ace went nuts. What? Dun 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 dun. Sorry, it had to be done. Man, I want a close up of Michael Knight here. Oh wow. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Anton, I hope the character options comes to New York Comic Con this year. Man, that would be nice. I mean, Doctor Who is one of those that it would be nice if it really got kickstarted up a notch, you know? I know that the numbers weren't as good the last few seasons, so it would be nice if somehow something happened so the numbers started kicking in. But part of it might be everybody wants to argue different things about why stuff is or isn't succeeding. At the end of the day, it doesn't have enough interest. So part of it might be that we're so divided as far as the stuff we watch. Good or bad, you make the call, but yeah. John, I was taking snips from the live YouTube stream just for you. Okay, and the rest of the Discord. I will have to check it out tonight. Dang it. Like I could access it on my phone right now, but that's not going to help anybody. Outback, if anyone has the Discord link, I'd love to check it out. Dang it. All right, hold on. Do I have? I don't think I do. I literally don't think I have it on here. See, Michael Knight better come with a bath rug, bottle of Jack, and a half-eaten burger. I want him to also come with a mic and be sitting on top of a piece of a certain wall. John, the little car is the remote control for lights and sounds. Nice. Real Kit voice. Really? So we got Mr. Feeney in there. How much is Kit? I don't know. Oh, there we go. No price yet. Anton, I saw a picture of Kit and Michael and the car lights up and even talk, so it should be fun. Star, I just can't get into Kit. A talking robotic car that doesn't transform into an alien robot? Nope. Oh, I mean, I kind of get it, Star. Hot Rod Ace is killing it. The Dukes of Hazzard and Kit with figures, amazing. John, pre-order in June. Okay, there we go. Where is hang on, guys. Let me try to, I'm wondering if I sent it to myself in my email. If I did, that will perhaps solve the problem. And I can just link directly to the Discord. By the way, there's a Discord. Anybody's free to join because everybody on the chat is just so darn cool. Oh, look at that. I sent me something that even said Discord link. Hang on. We'll jump in right now. Oh no, invite invalid. Oh, apparently I sent myself a bad link, guys. My bad. If anybody does have the link and you can put it in the chat, I'd appreciate it. Outback would appreciate it. Outback, I will find the link later and make sure to put it somewhere, even if it's just in the description, or maybe I'll put it in the chat. I don't know. I'll have to find a spot where it can go. But I will make sure, I'll tell you what, if you don't see it before then, I will make sure that by Thursday you have that link. Brick, let's see. Jay Shot had a brilliant idea. Instead of a mini kit for the remote, it should have been a watch. It's been so long. Did he talk into a watch? Was that the deal? Why do I not remember? I remember some of Knight Rider. I think the one I remember the most from way back when, though, is the A-Team. And Sledgehammer. Who remembers Sledgehammer? John Outback, I can get you a link to the Discord, but not sure YouTube allows links. I don't know. I don't know that they do. John, give it a shot. If they do, game on. Hot Rod, if they put an app on the Apple Store, then I've got that covered. Nice. Oh, maybe it does. Sweet. Anton, well, hit and drive. Let's see. Kick and drive really, really fast. This is the more updated version of Kit because he had a lot more gadgets later on to kind of like rival Transformers. That would make some sense too. if they kind of were like, uh-oh, Transformers are awesome. Let's make this thing transform as much as we can. There is a Transformer that was Kit, by the way. I can't remember what it was called, but you can totally get a kit that transforms into a robot complete with blue jeans. Mr. Madsen, I believe the kit is officially licensed. That's what it looked like with him being in conjunction or in a partnership with someone else. I figured, wow, we've got a real license going here. See, Brick, can you share the link to the Discord? I was trying. Like I said, I will make sure that that link is ready to go on Thursday. For whatever reason, I went to Gmail and I clicked it and it said invalid. Not cool. Anton, he could jump over a great distance, even better than the Dukes of Hazzard. Sorry, guys. Well, I mean, he had a lot more tools going for him. Anton, he had a laser cannon, but it was invisible. That's how you get around extra cost on a TV show. Outback, is the link on your YouTube, Twitter, IG, etc.? You know what, Outback? I'm terrible about my Discord. It is not on any of those. So I'll go when I first opened it up, it was pretty much everywhere. But I will look. I will find it. I will make sure you guys all have access to it. People are so cool in the Discord, and I barely participate. I got to jump in there more. Star, I wonder what the car insurance rates for Kit were. Who do you think he had? State Farm? Geico? Allstate? Ooh, I think the benefactor that he was working for just had enough money to make another Kit if need be. But definitely State Farm. Sci-fi prices will be available in June. Fantastico. I posted a link. Did it show? I did not see it. Let's see. Anton, Knight Rider is shadowy world or a man who does not exist. Michael Knight is a young loner who helps out the powerless against the group of criminals who operate above the law. Don't vigilantes and somewhat hero types like Michael Knight operate above the law and criminals operate below the law? That's just something I've wondered. Yeah, I mean, that's not all what the saying is, but I do wonder these things. Let's see, only Dave can post links. Dang it. And of course, I got on there and it was the wrong link. Hang on. All right, guys. Here's what I'm going to try here. Let's see. See if I can find the link on here. On ye old Discord. Show me Toypixx. Oh, come on. Give me a copy link. I want to copy the link. Invite. Hold on. Here we go. Copy link. There we go. All right. I've copied the link on here. So what I will try and do now, since it's copied, let me send it to my Gmail. This is all very complicated stuff, obviously. This is me having to think on my feet. Nobody likes that. Think on my feet while I'm sitting down. It gets very strange. Let's see. Link. Paste. Boom shakalaka. All right. That's twice. That's 2 boom shakalakas for this fine evening. 3 now. Try it again, gang. My apologies. I should have been posting this quite a bit. Okay, oh, come on. Show me copy link address. There we go. All right, folks, I'm going to try dropping it in right now. Let me know if it shows up. Oh, come on. Let me add a comment, you fiends. Technology is clearly not my friend. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gents. The link is in the chat now. So go for it. And I've got it copied and all that stuff. So I will link again if you guys miss it. Sci-fi, there's an Energon Baroness and Arctic Baroness according to the leak list. I wonder, is the Energon Baroness, does she look like what we think of as the Baroness? Obviously, the Arctic will have like the coat and all that, but if the Energon one looks right, then maybe Outback is set. Maybe the rest of us are set with a good Baroness too. Mr. Matson, only moderators and hosts can post links, so you could promote me and I could do it. I think we're set. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Brick, yeah, Michael Knight had a watch. Comlink. Okay, thank you, Brick. John, or you can just find me on Discord and I'll invite you that way. That works too. Star, if Kit ever had engine trouble, could he just tell you what's wrong? Would his voice reflect not feeling well? I don't know. That is an interesting question, however. Tidbach. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Agent Knight. I have him. That's right. There you go, Andrew. Good to see you tonight, man. Thanks for stopping in. I couldn't remember the name. John, Transformers Kit, Agent Knight. You guys got me. You guys got it. Yes, this is officially licensed. Nice. See, that makes me happy, obviously. Brick, just did, John. All right. Guys, glad you guys got it figured out. Clearly, I am not so technologically advanced here at this point. Andrew, Kit had an unlimited maintenance budget. That's what I'm thinking as far as the benefactor went, you know? Thanks, Star. Paul, thanks again, man. Keeping the people involved, it's always appreciated. Perhaps the creator of Kit should have also created a partner who was a tow truck. Imagine how much he could make with repo work. That's not bad, you know? The tow truck could fund Kit. But then, who funds the tow truck? Rick, do folks remember the Highwayman TV show? Similar car adventure vibe of Knight Rider. Featured that Aussie Energizer commercial guy. I don't. Let's see, Mad Maxian. I don't at all. Dang it. Rick, man, thanks, John. I love Discord. Have one too that I'm going to launch more publicly next month. Nice, Brick. Let's see, Hot Rod, that version of Kit reminds me of Mask. Mask. Oh, Mask. No, wow, my brain just died. Loyal subject / Hasbro Mask. Okay, I'm with you now. Sorry about that, Hot Rod. John, cool. I spend a lot of time there, part of way too many. Always appreciated when I get on there and see you, John. Andrew, don't need a new tow truck when you have a mobile command center. Well, that's true. I did forget about the trailer. Star, a Knight Rider Comlink watch would leave me flat unless it could transmute someone into Gotchaman. Then we'd have a show. Yes, he did have a watch that he talked into. Michael Knight, man, you guys got this. You got this. I clearly don't have this. But yeah, okay, so John's got that out there. I did post the Discord link. It's the one with the Toypixx logo. So if anybody's having trouble, be sure to let me know, and I'll give it another shot. Rick, did your brain go Rocky George, Eric Stoltz, share Mask? It's a good train of thought. I have no idea where my brain went. It went Mask, and I think actually I blacked out. That's what happened. I don't remember any part of that chat. It just got ugly. Whew. I'm just looking. I just keep looking at the car. Let's see. I know my face is super close to everything right now. I'm trying to see the Michael Knight head sculpt. That's the worst part about renders, is we'll never know how good it is until it comes out. Those of you who've gotten the Aces of Aviation, how well did those head sculpts turn out? And is this is 1/12 scale, right? Yeah, okay, it is. Sci-fi, they gave Michael Knight the Johnny Sacco treatment with a watch. There was an evil AI truck named Goliath. I got nothing. I don't remember anything evil, except wasn't there an evil Kit as well? Car. And Carr was voiced by Peter Cullen, I believe, right? Hot Rod, you throw out Eric Stoltz and my brain goes to John Hughes. Some kind of wonderful, Brick. Ah, nice. Oh, Rocky Dennis. What? Oh God. I'm lost now. John, let's see. Ace noted that Michael Knight is not final. Okay. Got it. Thank you, John. Star, Jada Gotcha Man. Yeah, mentioned it before. So sad. Can't even get out the lines they already have. No point in torturing myself over unrealized potential. You know what's going to be really sad, Star, is what's going to happen is we'll see new lines for Jada at SDCC, but then it'll take a while for those to come out, and there will be sadness across all the toy forums and live streams. Brick, Rocky George was a guitarist in Suicidal Tendencies. Wow. I am a bad nerd in pretty much every way, I'm finding out. Anton, Free Comic Book Day is coming very soon. There will be a Greatest American Hero comic written by William Catt in the new series coming to Netflix. William Catt's actually writing the comic? Okay, that's kind of cool. I wonder if he can write. I don't know. Brick, I have Ramon's Brave Star, aka the Marshal, one of the best head sculpts in my collection. Sweet. Okay. All right, I'll take it. Hopefully that means Michael Knight's going to be just fine. And we'll have a quality version of the Hoff. John, I love the Greatest American Hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on it. I don't know why I remember the song. I tried to rewatch the first episode a year ago. Does not hold up too well. Oh, well, yeah. Brick, Some Kind of Wonderful, best Elvis Presley cover ever. Some kind of wonderful, yeah. Anton, and a beautiful girl mechanic to tell Kit in, or to tow Kit in? I don't know, Anton. Help me out. Hot Rod. Agreed, Brick. Got that vinyl for my 22-year-old daughter for Christmas. Nice. Man, yeah. I've been listening to a lot of stuff lately, too, just because when I'm able to work in the office and my brain doesn't really need to be used, like when I'm just gathering email addresses or doing Photoshop, my brain can kind of take a back seat for a bit, so I'll turn on music at that point. I've been listening to tons of stuff. I should probably start actually curating it a little bit. Do you guys have the opportunity to listen to music while you're at work? Or like Brick, I know you're a teacher, so for you, probably not unless it's some kind of assignment, right? Like I am very lucky. On the other hand, if that person does end up coming back and working with me, I don't know that I'll be having much music on. That'll be one of the downfalls, but everything else should be an upside. Okay, let's get out of here. And let's jump in. Sorry, I figured we needed to pause that. Let's see what we have going on the BBTS to close this out. See if we have anything fun. You guys had brought up this Batman Beyond figure, and I hadn't gotten a great look at it. This thing is amazing. Yamaguchi. This is phenomenal. I really like this. And Amazing Yamaguchi is coming out with so much that is so good. Like the Hellbat. Oh, I love the Hellbat. But this is more, I was talking about when it comes to design, I like things that look a lot simpler. This obviously is more complex than what the animation was, but because they kept the blocks of color clean, even though there's a lot more detail in the sculpt and everything else, it still really works. And most of the detail is musculature. So we've got a little bit of silver belt, this. I think what I really like about simple design like this is you can look at it a few times and kind of have a good idea of how to draw it. And I think that's one of the big things that I'm a fan of. That pose is so good. That actually reminds me, yes, it's definitely got a Batman Beyond vibe, but it kind of reminds me of Goliath from Gargoyles as well. Sci-fi Eric Stoltz, the original Marty McFly. Is that true? John, I listen to, let's see, I listen to a lot while I work. It's a lot of waiting for someone to need my help as a supervisor. And I have to pause if it's too in depth. Yeah, that's the part that sucks is, oh crap, now I got to get to something I'm thinking about. So it either just gets shut off or paused. Brick, I actually have music on in my classroom quite often. Oh, nice. Thanks, YouTube. Especially instrumental stuff, lo-fi beats, etc. Brick, that is great, man. Like it does help me. It does help me when I've got, when the brain can shut off and just have some noise. Like I will go to Starbucks. There's a Starbucks right by me. I'd go to a local shop, but here are my two criteria for a coffee shop, right? So it's got to be bright on the inside and there's got to be some noise, just constant life, not like yelling and screaming or anything, but just a hum of some noise going on. And so if I'm not here listening to music, I'll just drive to Starbucks real quick for that noise, for that light coming in, because I'm in a basement and the only windows I have lead out to the hall. So I'll go there. But the other places around here, either you walk in there and it's like a library, but it's a coffee shop, or you walk into another one and it's totally dark on the inside. That's why it ends up being Starbucks. But it's just, I like when I can shut my brain off, I like a little bit of noise in the background. That's why I'm so excited when people say, oh, yeah, man, I get to listen to some music. Brick, Rush, that Bats is badass. Let's see. Would pair perfectly with a Mark McFarlane Batman Beyond Batmobile. I forgot he did that. Ooh, you're not wrong. Anton, there was two evil vehicles, Sci-Fi George. One was Car and was voiced by Peter Cullen. Yep, that was Car, I believe. Karr, I believe, right? John Brick, if you like jazz style stuff, check out Lucky Chops. Great for background. Drums plus horns, no vocals. You know what I've been listening to a lot is John Williams. Just all the old school movie soundtracks. It's a lot of fun. You just say, well, Alexa, I got to keep that quiet even though she's in the next room. I just say, John Williams, please. And it's really nice because it's upbeat most of the time and you know it. So then you definitely don't have to think about it. Anton, and of course, yes, you got it right about the evil truck Goliath. And he had an evil version of Michael Knight, also played by David Hasselhoff, called Michael Long. I did not remember that at all. Star, I listen to Pink Floyd almost exclusively when I'm painting or sculpting. Nice. I need something to keep me in a creative mood. What Floyd did with music is what I try to do visually. So inspirational. Star, that is awesome, man. That is sweet. And I could see listening to Floyd for that reason, specifically. Sci-Fi, I listen to, let's see, a bunch of slackers while at work. Oh, I'm sorry. That's terrible, Sci-Fi. Cough, cough. Oh, dear. Anton, it was a beautiful girl mechanic. Her name was Bonnie. Got it. Okay, Ghost Tab. The Batman Beyond Batmobile might be too big. I already have the Batman Beyond on pre-order. Nice, Ghost Tab. Good catch, Brick. Heck yeah, John. Thanks. Let's see. Woo, Starfighter. Nice. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Great background post. Let's see, the classified or shot of the classified figures. I'm happy for Lenny, but sad for us. I am too. On both counts. I always loved listening to Lenny talk about what he did to because it was always very character specific when he got into the designs of things. Even when he was talking about like Flint's head sculpt, he talked about his name's Dashiell, so we thought we'd make him Dashing. And I didn't necessarily like the rationale, but I liked that there was thought put into it. Most of Lenny's creative decisions I really enjoyed. And I hope if the line keeps going, I hope they carry on with that kind of thought in mind. Star, hey, Ghost. Thank you, Star. Anton, that looks really cool. That Batman Beyond, beautiful action figure. Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. And, oh, it's about that time, gang. Not cool. McGinnis. Yeah, it does look good. Hoy, all right. Well, it is 8:30, and for those who aren't usually on here and have joined for tonight, generally what happens is I go from 7 to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Mondays and Thursdays. So swing on by any of those times, say hi, and have a blast. We really are. Everybody in the chat is so cool. Everybody's so chill here. So we're a very welcoming crew. So it's nice to see everybody this fine evening. Thanks for the Discord link before. I'm in now. Sweet. We got out back. Ghost Tab, breaking news. LPZZ revealed photos for Batman Arkham Beyond suit and Hush. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up eventually, aren't I? Oh, thank you, sir. Thanks, Ghost Tab. Star, how many pigs will drop by next show? Who knows? I mean, even looking at BBTS, it's kind of crazy. Sci-fi correction, I listened to you bunch of slackers while at work. Wait a second. We're not okay. I mean, there's a couple slackers. Like, I'm probably a slacker. Outback also, sorry, I promised not to spam the Discord, but just wanted to check if it's okay to share my new video. Hell yeah, it is, Outback. And anybody else that has some creative stuff they want to put up there, do it. And what I might do, I might go in and like come up with a different, like maybe a different heading for everybody to have their stuff that they can share on. But go ahead and share it for now. And when I get in there, I'll see what I see. But absolutely, guys. Anton, join the Discord. Talk about Anton Knows. Get in there. You guys are awesome, and you guys are what makes this tick. So do what you got to do. Help yourselves, too. Anton, the best episode of Batman Beyond or the first episode of Meltdown with Mr. Freeze's last appearance? Ugh, that one hurt. Star, great show, Dave. Safe travels, gang. Thank you, Star. Much appreciated. You take care too, Ghost Tav. And he also had his own comic book. One of the issues was a really cool Christmas episode with Batman Beyond, and kids don't believe the Batman was real in the end. He helps them and buys some Christmas presents. Nice. And saves Christmas, and now they believe in Batman. All right, guys, here we go. Brick, just for fun, you should play Big Air swing music during test time. Oh my God, all those horns, that would be a blast. Anyway, guys, that's what we got for tonight. Thank you very much for stopping by. You know how it is. You could have done anything tonight, and you chose to come here and hang out with all of us. So thank you very much. And until next time, which is Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. This is where I hit end.